Disappointed. We made huge strides in that first test match. I think mostly from a confidence point of view. I've spoken before about almost being in a similar situation last time when we came back from India and carrying that confidence with us, dragging for quite some time, and we made real strides in that first week leading up to the series, in that first test match where we turned the corner as a team, or I felt like we turned the corner. And then the last two test matches, obviously fighting in the second one, but then to feel like we're just taking a little step back this third test, especially from a batting point of view. The first innings, to be bowled out for, there was a little bit of spin, but nothing that should get us out for that amount of total. And from a bowling point of view, I think we're doing well as a bowling unit. England are just showing us, from a batting point of view, how to apply yourself, how to get yourself in, and how to score big runs. I think that's the only difference at the moment in between the two teams. Ben Stokes is a player that is very good. We're struggling to get him out, and he's consistently scoring big runs. In our team, if someone gets in, he gets out. If a partnership starts developing, the partnership stops. They had one partnership of 200. And once that happens, you become in front of the game, and you see how different runs start flowing, even towards the India. And number 10 and 11, just because there's a little bit of momentum, all of a sudden it looks like it's a different pitch. And that's what makes Test cricket unique. You have to absorb pressure, and we're not doing that as well as we should as a batting unit.
Yeah, I thought it was a brilliant template for us moving forward as a team. Big first innings runs, and then we really drove the game from that point onwards. Brilliant start by two young openers, getting a 70 up for 9. I thought that was brilliant. And another fine partnership with Ollie and Stokesy, who's just continues the magnificent form he's been in from the end of the summer, or from the start of the summer, which is obviously great to see. But seeing another youngster step up to the plate, another two youngsters this game really step up to the plate and make massive contributions, again is exactly what we're after at the minute in terms of our development as a team moving forward, and fills the whole group with huge amount of confidence. I think he's a wonderful player, I really do, and I think that he's smart, he reads the game very well, reads situations very well, and we've seen that already on this trip and in his short international career. And I couldn't be more pleased that he's sat here with 100 under his belt already, and I want to see another couple at least throughout this winter, because he's more than capable of going on and breaking a number of records for England.
I don't really go into games saying I need a century this game. I try to sort of go in small steps. If I can get to 30, great, and then I back my game, back my technique, and sort of the mental side of things to kick on. Look, if I can get another couple of centuries this winter, that'd be awesome. But look, the first target's for me to get to 30, and then sort of just keep going from there. My game plan was, especially against Maharaj, he was bowling nicely. He had a bit of spin going for him, but unless it was spinning sort of a lot more than it was, I was happy just to back my defence. Look, if he bowled me a short and wide ball, I'd try hit it for 4. If not, try get a single. But I was more than happy just to back my defence. Look, if he nicked me off, and if I nicked one to slip, then fair play. But as long as I sort of covered my pad, covered the stumps, I was happy just to sort of bat the time. And then for most of it, I probably scored more from the other end, and then just picked off the bad balls if he did bowl them. And then obviously with the ball spinning a lot of the time into the bat, that brought in when we were in the field, it just brought me into the game. And luckily enough, we caught that inside edge before the pad a few times, and it popped up to me. So my game plan was just to sort of back my defence and back the time game. And if I felt I needed to take a risk, I was happy to. I guess maybe if we batted again, might have looked to take a few more risks. But like I said, just back my defence and just back the time.
I think it's the same for England. I mean, Kesh got 5 as well. So apart from Stokes, who played him well, and probably Ollie Pope played him really well as well. I think the difference is just the understanding of what you need to do to play spin. And I think as a general, what we need to do better as a batting unit is understand that application of the crease in your first 30 or 40 balls, you need to make sure that you trust your defence, that you can get through that first 30 or 40 balls. Because what we are doing quite a few times is we're losing wickets in clusters, and that's always a big sin in any batting, in any format that you play. On the first innings, I think you can play him positively. I think you can try and take him on, because that's how you play a spinner. You try and put pressure back on them. That's what I try to do. Similar to, you can see when Joe Root, when he comes to the crease, he tries to play a spinner positively. He tries to make sure that he puts pressure on the spinner by sometimes taking a little bit of risks, and that's how I got out. Trying to play positively, and then you go, well, you should do it the other way around, and then you do it the other way around, and then people say you should play positively. So at the end of the day, you have to find a way. What is your way? At the moment, I think it's just making sure you're clear on what is exactly your game plan, and I think we weren't clear enough. We didn't probably expect the ball to spin as much, and therefore the spinner, mentally we weren't strong enough to deal with him on day one. To get 5 wickets so quickly was weak batting from our side. Yeah, most definitely. It's a possibility. It's what I in my mind, what I didn't want to do, and what I've said to you guys from the beginning, is not to make decisions on emotions or where we are as a team. It's just about trying to be the strongest leader that I can be for the team. And for now, that's committing to this series. The worst thing a leader can do is pull the plug mid-series and say, sorry boys, I'm out, I've had enough. I don't think that's what leadership is all about. You have to stick through the tough times as well. So yes, as I said before, after the T20 World Cup, reassess where I am, but obviously Test cricket is the format that takes the most out of you. It takes the most away from you, away from home. And also, if I'm brutally honest with myself, it's probably at the moment white ball cricket is where I'm the most successful. One day cricket, my stats are up there with the best in the world. T20 cricket, my stats are up there, but at the moment in Test cricket, my stats are not as where they need to be. Obviously, from an average point of view, I don't look at where I'm now. I'm averaging 40, 41. I need to be more. I need better than that. As I said before, as a batting unit, the standards needs to be better. And at that moment, I'm not requiring that standards that is met as a player.